What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Another edition of Double Trouble. What's up, Dow Poes 83, Ron Brown. As always, do I think OU beats Kansas? No. Is it a possibility? Yes. Highly unlikely to happen there.
Kansas could be 0-2 right now in the Big 12 already. So
should be 0-2, Jay.
So Surgeaholics, baby. What a name. That's a new name. I love it, Jay.
You guys are the Surgeaholics. That's right.
That's what I love that name, though. For our followers, the Surgeaholics, baby.
Doesn't that have a negative connotation?
Why? What's up, guys? Chad? What's up, Chad? How are you tonight? Man, it's cold, bro. Cold.
Yeah, I actually have a space heater in the room I'm at this time. Hey, Sooner fan, don't get started on the trivia. We already got a trivia. But it was 1993.
No, he's saying last time for OU and Lawrence, probably. To play.
Oh yeah. Last time they won was 93, and it's not probably. Unless they schedule them out of conference, this is the last time.
Where do we want to start tonight? Another day, no herd announcement, nothing. Crickets. Another day, crickets on Zach Alley. Now, here's the deal. The Board of Regents meets. We get updated salaries of all the staffers, yet we do not get even a hint or anything of Zach Alley.
Hey, but it's another day. It's another day and another Tanya Shipman donation super because Tanya Shipman.
Tanya.
Hi, Tanya. Hey.
Thanks, Tanya.
We can count on Tanya every night. The OU situation, they released the salaries of the coaches, and it's just crazy that Zach Alley wasn't there. But obviously, he's going to be in Norman. He's no longer on the Jacksonville State website. He's going to be the coach. It sounds like he's going to make if you do the math, he's going to make about $800K a year, which isn't what Ted
Where are you getting that? Where are you getting that number from?
Well, the thing that was posted, Hunter, correct me if I'm wrong. There was a post today on Twitter. Of course, OU's all the salaries added up is 6.7, I want to say. And it said they're only going to spend, they're not going to spend over $8 million. It was at 6.7. You do the math, it looked like it's going to come under what they were last year, and it's going to be about $800,000 for Zach Alley. I don't know what to believe, Jay.
I'm confident he's going to be hired. I don't think that's the issue. I just don't understand the holdup. And here's the thing. I was telling you and Hunter this today, Jeremy. It's not really the fact that they haven't hired. It's baffling to me because let's just say, for instance, a couple of Bama defenders decided to enter the portal. Zach Alley coached in Alabama, state of Alabama. He's recruited that area. Wouldn't it be nice?
I agree with you.
Wouldn't it be nice to have him on staff already?
Yeah, I agree with you, Jay. And yes, other assistants got bumps. Emmett Jones isn't leaving right now. He's happy, Chuck. But I don't think you can. Zach Alley's never been a major coordinator at a major university. So therefore, I think $800K is probably fair. Seth Luttrell at $1.1 million for a coordinator is not what Levy was making, and he's been a head coach. But
Levy was at 1.9. So I don't know. That's up to they figure that out themselves. Hey, they're getting paid good money, those guys. So Chuck says, "Do you think we will lose the wide receiver coach because of his pay?" No, I don't. And now listen, Chuck. Next year, the year after, if they keep performing the way they've been performing on offense in that receiver, and he doesn't keep getting bumped, then maybe you'd have to worry about it. But not right now. $675, $800K. Ron said, does that keep him in Norman? I don't know.
Hey, keep who? Zach Alley?
I don't know if he's talking about Zach Alley or Emmett Jones.
Zach Alley, $800K is good.
I'm going to say this right now. I don't know anything about financials of coaches, and I shouldn't be the one talking about it because I know jack squat, and if I say something, it's going to sound like a stupid opinion. So I'm going to leave my opinion at that.
Yeah. Look, I think it's the opportunity for Zach Alley, and $800K is a good gig as a 29-year-old who's never been a coordinator at a major university. What's taking so long? I can't answer the question. As far as the Hurd thing, I wish I was making half of 800,000 at 46 years old, and I'm not Sooner fan.
Hey, we're going to
Jay,
move to let's move to the Hurd thing.
Okay, the Hurd thing. On 3 pretty much put a prediction that he's going to be a Vol.
Who put that out?
I thought I saw On 3.
No, I haven't seen that, Jeremy. I don't know.
I sent it to you in a group chat, Jay.
Yeah, and that was not a legit. Okay.
I saw 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, you need to learn. You need to look at it correctly. I mean,
I'm not saying they're all legit. I'm just saying that seems to be. It seems that there is more talk about Tennessee than OU.
Well, I agree, but I haven't heard anything on Ole Miss. Have you?
Ole Miss isn't in the equation, Jay.
I haven't heard anything, and I agree, Jen Kane, that I think he is going to Tennessee probably. Here's the deal. Can I bring something up?
Sure can, Jay.
Why does college football players, why do they get bad raps for portal? And I'm one of them. I get on players for leaving the portal, but coaches can go wherever they want, whenever they want. This DeBoer,
That's the way it is, Jay.
No, DeBoer, 2 years ago, whatever, he said that he was at his destination job. Now he just went up to Alabama. And
Come on, Jay.
I'm not comparing. No, listen to me. Let me keep talking. He's going to Bama. Yes, that's the best job in the country, bar none. But listen, I think the narrative for coaches leaving is not the same for players leaving. I don't think it's fair.
It's bad all the way around, players, coaches. The next coach, Grubb, is going to get an opportunity to be the guy at Washington.
I think Grubb's going to go to Bama.
I think Grubb's going to go to Bama, too. He's going to get the chance to be at Washington. And you have to admit, Jay.
It's not fair, though, because even
I was talking.
Okay, you go.
You have to admit that DeBoer really needs him in Bama. And Jamie Chadwell's the guy they're talking about, the Liberty head coach at Washington.
Hey, and here's the thing. Yeah, Will Rogers already entered the portal. Hey, the Hub, that brings up a great point that I was telling Hunter today. You want to stop NIL and all this portal stuff of guys leaving? Have buyouts on your guys with big contracts. You want Danny Stutzman? Pay us $5 million at the university to come get him.
Not going to do
Why
that.
not? What?
Not going to do that.
It's a contract. You have an NIL contract. Why can't you get a buyout on it?
It's not going to happen. I'm just saying.
Why not? Why not?
It's not going to happen. They need too much freedom.
Tell me why, though. Tell me the difference. Why?
I just did. They need too much freedom, Jay.
No, but if you have a buyout, you want to come get our player that we're paying for, buy him out.
Exactly.
I agree, Purple. It's not through the university. I agree, and that's probably the reason why, right there.
And Sports Metric is right. I mean,
in 5 million, hey, 5 million was just a number. I'm not saying it's just a number. I just think it's very unfair that the way coaches are treated. They can do whatever they want when they ever want to get out of a contract. They can leave. They get bought out, whatever. And guys go to the portal to better themselves and get more money and maybe go to a better school, and they're bashed. It's not fair.
Well, I will say DeBoer, and I'm going to stick by what I've said. I think DeBoer is a really good hire for Alabama. The guy, all he's done is won, and now he's going to have better players to win with. Will Rogers probably will go to Bama. I don't know. Chadwell, if he goes to Washington, then there's a good chance maybe his former quarterback at Liberty goes there. I don't know. But look, as far as what people want to say about I was ripped last night about saying that this didn't matter to OU. But here's what I will say. Yeah, hey, Jay's actually – I like that fire, Jay. Hey, Jay, I'll say this.
It wasn't
you know what? You're right, Jay. You were right.
It wasn't directed at you, so I can do it. So, yeah.
Jay, you were right. Bama, Saban leaving might affect OU in this way. The Big Ten's only getting 3 teams next year.
In what way?
Washington ain't going to do it.
You don't think Cliff Kingsbury can go there and win?
I think they're losing a lot of guys already. Portal guys already. Defensive line, 4-star recruit, gone.
Jeremy, you don't know who Bama's going to lose.
No, I don't. I don't think they're going to lose much.
Okay.
It's Bama. Okay. Yeah, Bama's got dudes all over the place. No one's talking about Jackson Arnold leaving. What are you talking about, Lori?
Hey, does Will Rogers go to Bama?
I think he does.
If he's their quarterback, that's bad.
Jay, where's Kingsbury ever won?
He did okay at Texas Tech.
Okay, yeah, he did okay.
I agree. I think Kingsbury wouldn't be a great hire, but I'm saying people can win at Washington. That's stupid.
Lori, you just hot me here. Listen, I know that means I just got here, but no one's saying Jackson Arnold's leaving. Good evening, Selwyn.
In fact, nobody's ever even mentioned Jackson Arnold's name tonight.
No, hey. Selwyn says Bill Beatenbow's going to have the O-line ready with or without Hearns. I think Hearns is just a cherry on the top, guys. I think Spencer Brown, Fabechi are two guys that are going to come in and probably start. You combine that with the class and what they have already there, and then Michael Tarquin is a depth guy. They don't have to have Hearns, but I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, we're better off without Hearns. That's hogwash.
John, I guess Jeremy was right. I don't remember Jeremy saying they were going to hire him, but he was wrong in this. He's wrong in this aspect.
Don't start it tonight.
No, I'm going to say where you're wrong.
Don't start it tonight.
Why?
I was trying to be civilized, guys.
Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Viewers, I won't say
Go
anything.
ahead, Jay. Go ahead,
No,
bud.
I'm not
ahead.
bringing it up. I'm not bringing it up.
Say it.
Nope.
Say it.
Nope. Move on.
That's right, Zayden. Go Cowboys.
Move on.
We know Zayden wants the Cowboys to win. Being a Bears fan, he can't stand the Packers.
Move on.
Here we go,
we'll move
Sooner
on.
Blood. We're not going to do it, Sooner Blood. We're not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it because you can't handle it. So,
wild card weekend, cold weather outside. I ain't leaving my house.
I'm not leaving. I ain't leaving. What movie is that from?
Wolf of Wall
Field's
Street.
going to say it.
Everyone else, Hub saying start it. Start it, Jay. What were you going to say?
You might have been right that they hired DeBoer. You are 100% dead wrong if you think DeBoer was their first choice.
Wrong. There are four guys in their list. Four guys. Stop. Let me talk.
He was not their first choice.
He was the first four. Yeah.
No, was he their first choice?
They were going to call Lanning, Sark, Kiffin, and him. All four of them were going to go interview. The other three didn't want to even attempt it. Scared.
Well,
Nick Saban. Here's what I'll say. Don't interrupt me. Who was the closest out of those four? Kiffin, Sark, Lanning, and DeBoer. Who is the closest to Nick Saban in personality?
Jeremy,
culture?
Doesn't matter.
Stop. Coaching style. It's DeBoer.
Jeremy, you cannot sit on here right now and say what you're saying when 2 days ago you sat on here and you said, it's going to be an Alabama guy, somebody with Alabama blood, Alabama DNA. Nick Saban's going to pick him. Nick Saban is going to.
I think Nick Saban did.
Who comes after
Nick
him.
Saban had a say in this.
Did you say that?
Nick Saban had a say in this.
Then DeBoer was not his first choice. Promise you.
Okay.
Okay. No,
Maybe
you can disagree
if
if you want. I mean, you can disagree if you want. I don't care. I'm just telling you.
Lanning was not offered the job. He was offered an opportunity to pursue the job.
Okay, and he would have been selected if had he went.
I think there were four guys on the short list. They wanted to talk to four. They only talked to one. And DeBoer went and got the same agent, but they all do. You're right.
Well, I'm going to say this right now.
Yes, Josh Pate, he wasn't offered. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't offered, guys.
He wasn't offered because he turned it down in communication.
He turned the pursuit of the job down. He wasn't offered the job.
I'm not getting on this Dan Lanning thing again, but I'll say this. My opinion.
I wouldn't get on it either. You were wrong.
I'm not wrong, but here's the deal. My opinion is I do not think this is a great hire for Alabama.
And I disagree with you.
Okay, and that's fine. I don't think it's a great hire.
Time will tell.
Listen, I think it's a safe hire, yes. But I don't think it was a guy when Saban left, I don't think they said, well, we already know we're getting it's DeBoer. I don't think they wanted the coach of the year, national coach of the year. I don't think they wanted the 2-time straight Pac-12 coach of the year. I don't think they wanted a guy he's only lost 12 games his entire coaching career. I don't think they even wanted that guy. Well, most of that career was in Division II football.
Alabama got their guy, Bobby says. Yeah, look at the guy's record, Chuck. Chuck, hey, Chuck, we actually agree on something, Chuck. Happy Friday.
No, he does have a great record.
Who would be better? I agree, Infidel. Who would be better, Jay?
On what?
On-field coaching, who would be better?
Well, I tell you who would have been a better hire for Alabama.
On-field coaching, who would be better?
I'm not talking about I'm talking about coach at the University of Alabama.
Who?
Well, I think Dan Lanning would have been.
He hasn't done anything. I'm so sick of Dan Lanning.
Oh.
He hasn't done anything.
I'm not getting into this tonight. I'm not.
Hasn't done anything.
We're not doing it.
He lost
tonight.
twice to this guy, Jay.
Would Kleiman have been a good hire?
He hasn't won natties.
Would Kleiman have been a good hire?
He didn't make the national championship game this year.
Division II.
This year.
It's the same boat, dude.
Hey, yeah, you're right, Hunter. 67, and guess right. Hunter. He also made the national title game this year.
Hey, no. Hey, Chuck, this is a great point. You're right. I love the Zach Alley hire. Okay, whenever it becomes official, I do. But listen, we're talking about Alabama. The best. Yeah,
and you wanted a guy. The best. And you want a guy who's never won.
Is Alabama the best job in college football?
Yes.
And you think so? You're saying
and you wanted them to hire a guy who's never won.
Jeremy, is the best coach in college football right now DeBoer?
On the field, absolutely.
No. Answer the man. Why do you always have to add him? You always have to add her.
He is the best football coach right now this year. Yes.
Is he the best coach in college football?
I just said he is. Yes.
Oh wow, that's high praise. Okay, if that's what you think, that's fine. If you believe that, then that's fine.
I believe he's the best on-field football coach in America.
No, stop saying on-field. I want to know the best coach in college football.
Well, Nick Saban was the best coach.
Who is now, though, other than Saban?
Kirby Smart, maybe. Kirby Smart is who I'd say. Yeah, I'm alive, Fred. We're alive.
All right.
Jay had to bring it up again.
I didn't bring it up again. Whatever. Mark's questioning his decision to watch now.
He's not better than Kirby Smart. He is not better than Kirby Smart. I got it. Okay? I don't know why you had to bring this up again. All I said was I like the hire for Bama. Okay? I can say that.
You can. That's fine. And I can say what I said, that I don't think he was our first choice.
That's a good point. Kirby end up being better than Saban.
Kirby may be an Atlanta Falcon. I don't know. We'll see.
No, he's not leaving.
I
still think, Kleiman would be a good fit at Washington. I think maybe the Chadwell stuff from Liberty could happen.
You know my biggest concern for DeBoer, it has nothing to do with his coaching on the field.
It's recruiting.
It's two things. It's recruiting, and he's never been in the South at all. At all.
I agree with that.
So
the recruiting is to be determined. I'm just saying on-field coaching, he's elite. The culture, he's elite. Jed Fish is not the best hire.
Okay, I'm just going to end it with this because I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this for another hour, but I'll say this. You can never convince me otherwise, Jeremy, as much as you argue with me about it. I will never believe that DeBoer was their first choice. Never. So
okay. Well, we'll never know. I didn't say first choice. I said there are 4 guys on the list.
You said it was their first choice.
No, I didn't. I said 4 guys on the list.
You just said he's the best coach in college football. Why wouldn't he be his first choice?
Well, he's way better than Dan Lanning. So.
All right.
So
Move on,
Jay. The fact that OU's playing, the fact that OU's playing, and someone mentioned that, I won't say it again, but the offensive performance at Bama probably going to be is really good.
He's great offense. He's a great offensive guy.
That's scary actually if Bama's going to have a lead.
Agreed.
Offense.
But I'd rather play Bama with a great offense and a bad defense any day of the week.
Yeah. Fred, it's not official about Zalance Hurd. He is not officially a Tennessee Volunteer. There's still a smidgen of hope that maybe he commits to OU, but it does look like, like we've said, what would he have waited on?
Wait, what is Richard saying here? More chicken. What Riley did to OU or what Kiffin? Oh, is he asking us?
Yes.
Uh,
What
Riley
Riley
leaving
did to
OU
OU.
to USC's way
It's
worse.
it's what Riley did to OU, the way he did it.
It's the way he did it. But whatever. I mean,
Hey, again, I'm not gonna look. I don't think the NIL collective is cheap. I think OU probably spent a lot of money on keeping the guys they got.
I don't think it has anything to do with the amount of money they have in NIL. I'll say that.
Now, I think they matched what he wanted, but maybe Tennessee went more.
I don't think
know.
it has anything to do with the amount of money they have on NIL. I think it has everything to do with how much they were willing to pay a player. That's
Jay, look, Hunter agrees with Chuck. Guess why?
Why?
Chuck said don't sleep on Oregon.
Yeah, that's a great comment. Why?
I agree with that. When Moore's the starter, they're going to be scary. I don't think DG's leading them anywhere. But they're getting a lot of guys out of the portal. They're recruiting classes elite.
If you want to say Jeremy was right on something, he was right on Lane Kiffin. I was wrong on Lane Kiffin. I said I thought they should have went after Lane. Jeremy said they never would because of the relationship and just he doesn't fit. So Jeremy, you were right on that for sure.
Well, and that's why I think that the DeBoer thing, a lot of it is the culture thing. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Everyone's donating. Look, I don't, again, like Hunter says here, there is a little bit of how they're spreading the money out. It's not like they don't have a certain amount of money, how they're spreading it, maybe other things, but whatever.
Hey, Jeremy, I don't think it has to do with the amount of money they have NIL-wise.
Okay.
I think it's all – I just don't think they're going to break the bank on certain players. They're just not going to do it. I think it's more of a culture than it is.
Hey, I think people want me to get fired up tonight.
Probably.
Because Hunter's going to show every DG comment on here because Hunter's obsessed with DG. I agree with you, Chuck. DG's going to do just fine. That's what he is. He's just fine. Okay? That's what he is. He'll do just fine.
Yeah, you're right, Owenfield Hype. If they could pull it out, I mean, it would be massive. 1 o'clock tomorrow, we'll see.
Got to play the Zebras.
Well, Dartford's got to be better at three-point shooting, period. So
got to hit your shots in the Fog Allen, dude.
Yeah, they're wanting you to get going tonight. Look at that comment.
Yeah, I see what they're doing here. Don't even start it, guys.
Don't take the bait, civilized. Don't take the bait.
I don't even have a Red Bull. I got a Dr. Pepper.
Don't take the bait, bro.
Yeah, Tago Wade's got to be better. I just think he's overrated.
Jerem said he wanted DG over Jackson Arnold.
Okay, they're just trying to get me going. Listen, I'm not going to fall for the bait. You guys know my take on Farouk, on DG, on all of it, okay? Whatever. If you're scared of DG, you got problems if you're scared to go against DG next year.
They're not playing Oregon next year.
Oregon's going to be in the playoff because they're going to be in the top 3.
Did you see where their opening game was supposed to be at Hawaii? Now it's not.
Yeah, why is it not?
Because they're playing Oregon State.
Golly, guys, now we're getting Hallmark movies suck. Man, they're pulling on the strings tonight.
What's it going to take for you to blow a gasket?
You guys know me too well. Oh, Moser's an elite coach? Golly.
Wow.
Hey, Sports Metric. Yeah, look at the receiver DG got. Guess what? Look at the receivers he had here. The problem is he only throws to one of them. That's what he does. He's got locked in on one guy. That's what he does.
Who's that guy going to be this year?
For who?
Oregon. Probably be their slot guy.
I think it's the guy that's coming back that was Bo Nix's brother.
Hunter, I disagree. I do not think his one guy will be Evan Stewart. He goes down the field too much. He goes down the field too much.
Chuck said twins are overrated. I agree. If your twin's brother name is Jason, overrated. It's not even close. Overrated. What? I'm just going with what Chuck said, Jay.
Wow, dude. I don't go personal attack, so I'm not doing that.
No.
You may be Jason anyway.
Hey.
You may be Jason.
I could be. We might have gotten switched.
If our mom makes us up when we were younger, you're Jason, by the way.
I'm Jason. It doesn't change anything except my name. Hey, Jay, anyone can be a member of the collective. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, if you give money, right?
You just got to pay.
Just it takes a little money.
Money solves everything, I guess. Don't
Money
know.
talks. I will say something. I want to say something about Dan Lanning. Okay? Because I like Dan Lanning, but I do think it's funny that he put that video out earlier this year about fighting for clicks, yet he does a video yesterday fighting for clicks. I mean, come on.
That's all he is, dude. That's all he did.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised,
Blake?
Mike Norvell?
Blake's just trying to get me going.
What?
Blake's trying to get me going.
There's no chance DG wins a Heisman.
Yeah, DG won't win the Heisman because there's no.
Bo Nix had great numbers and didn't win the Heisman.
Yeah, he won't have Bo Nix numbers next year, guys. Sorry, DG fans, he won't. Will not.
What's up, Johnny? Welcome tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be in a new system, Infidel. He's injury prone every year. He can't perform better next year than this year. He had like 4,600 yards and 40-something touchdowns and like 4 interceptions. He's not being better than that.
You know what we didn't talk about the other night was we were talking about transfers and that quarterback from UNLV who committed to Ohio State, I think, or was it where did he commit to? He ended up committing to USC now. Did y'all see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Chuck, Georgia, I did see that.
Georgia than USC, that's right.
I did see that on the Red Dirt Media. And look, that's the case. That's the case everywhere. Hey, Blake, before the bowl game, I sat on this and said, Jackson Arnold's going to throw it to 9 different receivers. And you guys all laughed at me. You said
10.
I said 9. I'll go back and show it.
Okay.
He only threw to 8.
He threw it to 8.
He threw to 8. I said 9. Okay. And everyone's like, oh, whatever. Gabriel threw to about 3 or 4. So, Blake, stop saying just trying to feed Stoops. It wasn't the game plan. Obviously, Stoops is pretty good, but he started spreading the ball out. He calmed down. It was his first game he had played. It was a huge game.
Yeah.
Calm nerves, man.
He was. I mean, he was nervous. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Jackson Arnold, I have zero concern about Jackson Arnold. Zero.
What position group next year concerns you the most? O-line?
I'm kind of getting high on the O-line all of a sudden.
By who? For who?
Numbers-wise, who they got there?
If they got numbers, that doesn't mean they have.
They got a lot of options. And
I still think O-line. You got to protect Jackson Arnold. To me, that's the biggest.
I think the other guy who said that secondary is probably right too until they show it consistently.
Secondary
until they show it consistently. I know they got everyone back.
Wow.
Hey, you're right. Come here. Put Joe Arrington. Joe Arrington, get up. You are absolutely right. And listen, I think EPL, the guy coming in, I think Daniel Akinkumi for sure has talked a lot about Bill Beatonbow and how much he wants to work. Eugene Brooks, I think some of this class wants to work hard, but I think there's a whole lot of people, and I'll go ahead and say him. Savion Byrd is one. I can name many others who didn't want to work.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so. He is an old school guy as far as that. Owen Phil says defensive ends had to be more productive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
100% agree. That's a great comment, Owen Phil Hyde.
If I have as many sacks as Trace Ford and whoever the other end plays, then that's a problem. And Jay, the fact that Seth Luttrell is the coordinator and Bill Beatonbow, the camaraderie they have, the philosophy, synonymous philosophy that they have, I think is going to help the O-line too. I just really do.
But here's one thing though, you got to. Here's my concern: is the O-line.
Mark is trying to.
Yeah. Hey, the O-line to me is such a big position next year because not only a lot of them are going to be new at OU, never played, and the other thing is it's SEC football. It's not Big 12. It's different, man. It is. It's
Sooner
different.
fan. After Downs dropped the horns down, I liked him more. But I kind of agree with Brian Smith that it may be PJ and someone else. Maybe it's not Mara Mason. I think they have to go with Downs early, but I think there's got to be some rotating in.
But our Mason, I think what Downs does and what Bothroyd did good last year was the run game.
Yeah, they can slide down a little.
They're good in the run game, but Downs was pretty good rushing the passer. Bothroyd was not.
Jay, let me ask you this about a guy that I'm really curious on. I'm just like, I don't even know what to think about it. Dasan McCullough, what are they going to do with him?
Don't know. There's a few guys on defense I don't know what they're going to do with.
I mean, you would
that's
think
why,
he'd be
that's why I want to
see
Zach. That's why I want Zach Alley to be hired. I want to hear what the guy has to say. What are we waiting on, guys? Hire him.
I don't get it.
Fill out the contract. I mean, I thought my job was slow on getting people hired.
I'm going to agree with Chuck that our D will be really good next. Well, I'm going to change the helping verb. How about that, Jay? Jay, could you even change the helping verb in this sentence? Let me test your English out.
You're asking me what? Helping?
Can you change the helping verb in this sentence to make Chuck correct here?
Our D will be great next year. What's a helping verb?
Oh, my gosh, Jay.
Will be?
Our D should be great next year. We can't say will be until they prove it, but they should be great with everyone they got coming back.
Is that why you have a problem with people doing absolutes?
Yes, I do. I have a problem with that.
Because your English background?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, the Board of Regents approved raises. They've got the raises. Someone on here said losing load hold. Yeah, I mean, I think it hurts a little. I think that hurts a little. We'll see how much.
Maybe that's it, Mark. That could be it.
Yeah, you can't recruit if you're tied to a staff. That's why they need to get him in here so he can recruit.
I agree. And we talked at, what was it, Thomas from Jacksonville State says he's off the website. I mean.
Yeah, he's not on the Jacksonville State website. OU has not officially hired him yet.
I would say he's hired, but not hired yet. I mean, it's going to happen. And no, I have not heard Justin Harrington get the medical red shirt yet. Nothing's official. Have you? Hunter,
no, which is crazy. Alan Bowman gets to play a decade in college, and we can't hear if Justin Harrington's back.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, who's Alabama going to get at DC?
That's interesting. Whoever DeBoer wants.
I know they weren't great defensively.
Hey, what do you think about Selwyn's comment? Selwyn is a Sooner Surge Unlimited member. So is Chad Gamble. So is many others on here. Hunter will drop that link. We'd love to have more Sooner Surge Unlimited members. It's not much. It helps us out. We'd appreciate any of it we can get. Someone mentioned, what do you think about that, Jay? They got to rotate more so they don't lose guys.
I don't even know if it's rotating as much as at least play the guys that are performing better. Like even I thought Sawchuk last year, they started playing him more often and you could see results. Sometimes I think there was games I think they played too many personally. We should figure out your top two and run the top two. That's what I would do.
We should see more next year naturally because they're going to play a little bit two-back set.
You don't know that. That's an absolute.
No, his offense plays two backs.
Jim Leonard, Ricky says. Now, if
Alabama gets Jim Leonard, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, if they get Jim Leonard, I'm a little worried. Yeah.
Bob, it does. Actually, I can't even answer this question.
I can't even.
Hurd has been so silent that
let me say
nothing's leaked.
Have you ever seen a portal guy this highly recruited, so silent for a week?
Class starts next week, Jay.
I've never seen a guy enter the portal like Hurd and visit two schools and hear nothing from it. And listen, I'll say this. I'm not on message boards, but how come there's no insiders with any information on this guy? Is he just chilling, playing video games, trying to figure out where he's going to go?
Look, they do have an extra day because OU, because of the winter weather forecast, is not starting now until Wednesday. We can get on there. Someone might be able to hop on there and see if he's enrolled yet. I don't think he is, but
hey, these insiders probably pulling their hair out because they're probably figuring out what's this guy going to do, and he's not doing it. He's not telling anybody anything. It's ridiculous.
Well, here's my problem sometimes with some of these so-called insiders, and I can say so-called because I'm not one. I wish I was more of an insider, but
Well, you
I'm
can't
just
say
myself.
so-called because they are insiders. That's dumb.
Okay, but hey, then
It's their job, dude. It's their job.
It is their job, but like,
stop.
I just don't understand the whole Zach Alley. Like, why can't someone just ask what is going on here? What's the holdup?
Well, apparently George Stoy asked today, and Joe C gave him a wink and said things are moving along.
What's that even mean?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Owen Field Hype says they're leaning into the Casey
Thompson.
Ferguson.
Bob Ferguson is already committed. Not to
Florida
OU.
State.
Florida State.
He gone.
And maybe it was legal, maybe not, but he's going to Florida State.
Tell me this. If you're a 5-star offensive lineman guy that hit the portal and you go visit 2 schools back-to-back on the same weekend, wouldn't you think you would have decided by now?
Yeah, I don't. And he left OU, so maybe he's back at his home. He may end up going back to LSU, Jay.
He may be at OU. He may be at Tennessee. I don't know.
No one has talked about the fact that he could go back to LSU. They have some studs coming in on offense. So, I don't know. Yeah, I agree sometimes. Insiders. 2 freshmen. Well, what true freshman are you referring to? David Stone, I'm assuming, is one.
No, I think he's talking about O-line.
2 true freshmen at O-line, I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay, Ricky says Roof's contract causing issues.
Maybe what he means is Zach Alley wants what Roof made. You can't at 29 come in demand that if that's what we're
talking about. Roof was overpaid. My opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. Roof was a bad hire. Sexton isn't a freshman, but yeah, Sexton will start. Owen Field Hype, I don't think Everett's it, but that's just me. I don't think 2 freshmen are starting on the O-line. Bill Beatenbow usually doesn't do that.
Let's go with who you would start right now online, with who they got.
I've done this before, but I'll do it again.
Do it again.
Center, Josh Bates. Everett will be the backup center. They'll play Fabechi or Eugene Brooks as a third string center if they had to, but those guys will play other places. Josh Bates at center. Left tackle, probably right now, if they don't get hurt, it's going to be Sexton. Right tackle, Spencer Brown. Fabechi at one guard, and the other guard is the one that's kind of up in the air. Can it be one of the true freshmen, or is it going to be a guy like Heath Azida or something like that? I don't know on the other guard position, but I think those 4 are pretty much locked.
What about Tarquin? Any chance?
There's a chance. I would rather go with the freshman. I think those 4 guys combined with 1 freshman, I would like it. Brian, we're not doing this again. He's 315 pounds. Everett's the small one, not Josh Bates.
Hey, Hunter, I agree with maybe a Zida or Tarquin. I don't think Everett's big enough, man, to play guard. I don't. I just
rather play him at guard than center, though.
What about Jake Taylor?
Jake Taylor's got size.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, you're right. This D-line class is it. There can be no excuse if these guys in 2 years aren't dominant. No excuse.
Yeah, I agree.
If they're not dominant, we either, 1, missed out and we didn't evaluate talent, and neither did all of America because these guys were highly regarded, or Bates and Chavis aren't developing. I hope it's neither.
Well, and I'm kind of against the whole, when we're talking about these portal offensive linemen that you have to pay to get or whatever, I'm kind of against it if they're like juniors or seniors. But when guys like this Hurd guy who's played 1 year and you got him for 3 years, I'm going after those portal guys all day long. It's the ones that you borrow for a year. I'm not a big fan of that.
Brian, I don't know. I'm not Dionne Warwick. I'm not inside source with Brent Venables and Bill Beatenbow. I have no earthly idea why Josh Bates didn't get in that game. And the second thing I also have no earthly idea why PJ Adebawore didn't play more, even when Brent Venables throughout the year said, we got to play 34 more. I don't know why. I don't know why a lot of things, as far as our, quote, competitive depth, didn't get utilized this year. But I do know that Zach Alley, according to sources that have talked about what he does, he likes to roll guys through. He likes to play guys. Competitive depth. Maybe it'll be used more. I don't know.
Hey, are they going to run the 3-3-5 more?
If they got a dude in the middle that they think they can go with.
I think they got a good one in the middle. I think they got a couple good ones.
Got a couple of guys in the middle.
I agree. I think you'll see.
The center was Everett did not play well in the bowl game. He was bad. I'm not one saying Everett should start. Most famous brothers OU, Jay, and then ask your trivia question. Fred's going to lead into trivia.
Hey,
Most famous brothers.
I would say when you think of brothers at OU, the Miners, I mean, Ryan and Damon Miner. And by the way, tomorrow I think is a celebration of Ryan Miner's life on the same day OU plays at Kansas and Lawrence. What a way to win if you could win it tomorrow. I mean, would be unbelievable. But famous brothers at OU, I mean.
Kendall and Casey Thompson? I'm just kidding.
No, I'm going with the Miners.
Did both Bookouts play at OU, right?
Yeah, Selman. Duh.
Yeah, Selman would be
Selman.
The most famous.
Selman.
Didn't both?
Yeah,
didn't
it
both,
ain't close. It's Selman. It's not
Didn't
close.
both Bookouts play? There's a baseball and a basketball.
It's not close. It's Selman's.
Well, duh. And in sports, who would it be? In all of sports. In all of
sports?
Yeah,
the best brothers in all of sports? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm just trying to name some on top of my head. The Griffin brothers were good. When you think, I mean, what about, I know these guys aren't the best, but the Barbers were pretty good. Tiki and Rondé, they were pretty good.
Tiki and Rondé were good. The Giambis in baseball were pretty good.
Who?
The Giambis, Jason and Jeremy. Good names, too. I mean,
probably one of them died. Jason
easily the best names in sports was Jason and Jeremy. Oh, my gosh.
Blake says the Groves brothers. Oh, Mannings. The Mannings, dude.
Mannings. There it is. Mannings.
Watts is a good one, too. Sharps. Ooh, the Sharps were good. Shannon and Sterling.
Man, there's been some good twins, Jay.
Hey.
Who are the best twin radio duo ever?
Radio duo twin? I don't know if there was any, was there?
I was just kidding. Jay, drop it in there right now. Let's hit the trivia.
Trivia for the night, boys and girls. Here we go.
Oh, the Currys, there are 3 of them.
Here's the deal. Tomorrow is OU basketball versus Kansas and Lawrence. Last time they won there was 1993. Okay, this is going to be a very tough trivia question. We'll see how good you guys are tonight. Because here's what I want to know. Who was the starting center for Oklahoma that did not play in that game? One of their best players did not play in that game.
Tell them their number.
They won 80-77 anyway in Lawrence. Who was the center that did not play? He was out because of pneumonia. Do you remember who it was?
Should we give them their number?
No. Let's see if
it was not knows. Johnson. Jeff
Webster's a great guess, Brian. Not it.
Great guess. Love Jeff Webster. Terry Evans, Fred, actually made a three-pointer
on that team
to lock that game. They won 80-77. There it is, Sallier.
Jay Jones, Brian Sallier.
Brian Sallier, number 40.
Nice.
Jay, remember Brandon Faust?
Mm-hmm.
He could jump.
Oh, yeah.
Dude could jump.
Yep. There it is. Jay Jones with the point tonight.
Do what, Jay?
There it is. Jay Jones with the point tonight. Naher was
on that team.
Which is wild to me.
It is wild.
He must have been like
a true freshman that year.
He must have been a freshman.
Had to have been a true freshman.
Was that Billy's last year?
Had to have been, because Sampson came in either 94 or 95.
Yeah, I think that might have been Billy's, or maybe the year after. It was one of the two. The year after.
It may have been 95 when he came, but Terry Evans was so good. Skeeter Henry, number 30, Fred. Oh, absolutely. Skeeter
Henry. Do you remember the shooter on that team with Skeeter Henry? Number 44.
Calvin Curry, Dave Seeger.
Dave Seeger, baby.
Calvin Curry was 44 as well.
I think Seeger was 44, but.
Yeah, Red started that year and then played. So, yeah, Skeeter meter. It'd be great if you can get a dub tomorrow. Jay, we don't need to talk wild card weekend, I guess, but I'm just
You got some
Are we going to
interesting.
get an
You do have
announcement
some
this weekend
interesting
at all?
games in the NFL.
Are we going to get an announcement this weekend at all about Zach Alley?
I hope so. Hey, let me talk about something though. Hunter, I know you're an Eagles fan. Okay. What is the deal with? Is it really true that they may fire Nick Sirianni?
Absolutely, they might.
Why?
He said some things for one.
What did he say? I missed that.
He's just really getting irate with media and stuff. He's having a bad year, man.
Wait, he's not a bad coach, is he?
Hey, Fred, Jay, before we get on that,
Hey,
Fred.
Hunter, you cannot say that because last year at the Super Bowl, you thought he was God's gift to coach.
4 weeks ago, Jay, Hunter said he was great.
Gosh.
Jay, let's go to Fred here. Fred, listen, everyone, we're going to drop a basketball video tomorrow about 9 a.m. breaking down this game in Lawrence. But for OU to win tomorrow, I think 3 things have to happen. 1, they got to have under 10 turnovers. 2, they got to shoot 50% from 3 ball. 3, they have to rebound. And 4, one of the officials or 2 are going to have to go down.
You stole my thunder because what I was going to say, the only way you're winning tomorrow is if they're down a couple of officials, probably. And listen, even Porter Moser said that in the offseason. Okay, everybody, it's like that's what's frustrating. Everybody knows they get every call in Lawrence, but it doesn't matter. They do. They just always do.
The officials are from OKC. Okay, hey, as long as it's not who's the one dude. Come on, Jay, help me out.
He retired. Hey,
if Alley, look, Alley's the guy you got to get here. He's got to have 2 years of success. You got to bump his pay up to 1.5, 1.7 million to keep him. You got to give him maybe a coach in waiting type of thing eventually.
What?
But we're putting the cart ahead of the horse. We're the sooner ahead of the wagon here.
Yeah, you're putting the sooner ahead of the wagon. Coach in waiting?
No, I just said that.
You
Jay.
just said that.
Yeah, we're putting the cart ahead of the horse.
Oh, I thought you said coach in waiting.
Hey, trivia question. Who was the famous athlete who did kneecap someone?
Come on, Jeremy.
I don't know if Hunter knows this.
Yes, he does. Everybody knows this. They did a documentary on it.
Oh, yeah, they did. Come on, drop it in there. Someone get a point right now. There it is, Tanya Harding. Dalpois 83. Dalpois liked that question.
What a weak question. McElroy.
That's a great question, Jay.
Post. I don't get it. Hey, so I do think Zach Alley has to be announced by this weekend, probably. Don't you think? It's not going to carry
Jay, I'm not even going to say it. I've been saying it forever. I'm just done with it.
Hey, what's the best matchup? Let me go through some of these NFL wildcard matchups, okay? Let me go through some. You got Jalen Hurts versus Baker. Great matchup. 2 OU players, okay? You got Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford who have switched teams, basically. You got Deshaun Watson. He's not playing, but people are calling it the, whatever bowl because he's going back to Houston, Cleveland and Houston. There was another one. You got Green Bay and Dallas, Mike McCarthy versus his old team. I mean, there's some great matchups. You got Steelers and Bills, which I think that game's going to be a blowout.
You got Chiefs. You got Chiefs in -30 wind chill.
Did you see I think they're making you. The only way you get in the game is if your head's covered too, facing's covered.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, Ricky says he's been living with Brent since he's been in Norman. Maybe. Hey,
get him on staff.
Next great defensive lineman. Obviously, the easy answer is David Stone, but I'm going to throw 2 names out here that may be just as good, if not better, in this class, and it's Danny Okoye on the edge and Jaden Jackson.
Yeah, I would agree with all those 3 you mentioned. I think,
and
but
Nigel
another
Smith.
one I would say is Nigel Smith. I think is really good, really good.
Yeah.
And Jaden Jackson in the middle. Halton.
I don't know, man. I don't know about Halton.
Why?
I don't know why he's not playing. I don't know if he's going to get lost in the shuffle.
Or you think they're just trying to put more weight on him?
They've halted Halton. I don't know, Jay. Hey, tomorrow, you got the OU game at 1. Other than that, we'll see what happens in the portal after some of these coaching changes. But
I think you will get an announcement from Hurd tomorrow either way.
I think Hurd announces tomorrow. I'm leaning Tennessee.
Yeah, I think he'll make an announcement tomorrow. I don't think he'll.
Or maybe it's LSU. Maybe he just stays home. I don't
think
know.
about it. Think about it. Say he's going to Tennessee or OU. He's got to get packed. He's got to get to campus. He got 2 days to do it. I mean, got to be an announcement soon, dude.
It has to be an announcement.
Unless he's staying at LSU.
And that's pretty much
LSU going. How about LSU going to get the defensive line coach from Missouri? They lost their defensive coordinator and their defensive line. OU gets to play them next year, and they don't have either one. I'm happy about that.
I love iron sharpens iron. I love that scripture, and I love that phrase. Listen, before we get off here, I do want to say again, thanks to Tanya. Yeah, he did. He did pack in one night. Thanks, Tanya, for the super. And guys, seriously, it's hard sometimes every night to be on here and jibber jabber for 45 minutes to an hour, but it's a heck of a lot easier with all of you on here running
it's fun
through here. It's fun. Appreciate Hunter as always dropping in the chat the comments. Give Hunter some props. You can help us out with supers. Those help us as far as our channel. Likes, and comments. They help us. And being part of the Sooner Surge Unlimited $4.99 a month really helps us. But again, we appreciate it so much, guys. Thanks so much.
Hey,
Calming Tea. Oh, let's talk about sponsorship, Jay.
Oh, yeah. Get you a Calming Tea sponsorship. You drink sweet tea, though.
Guys, think about this. If you know anyone that wants a product promoted, I'll yell about it. I'll drink it. I'll eat it.
Whatever it is, you would do whatever it is.
I'll do it. Send us an email, ousportsroundup@gmail.com. We'll talk about sponsorships, but you guys can help us out any way you want. But really appreciate you guys being on here.
Hey, you know what a good sponsor would be? Hearing aids.
Oh, hearing aids would go well, wouldn't they?
That would go. Or spray tan. I'd like to see you spray tan your face.
Oh, I'd do that.
Hey, Owen Field, why is he saying Monday? What are you saying, Owen Field? Hey, and yeah, somebody please, if you live in Norman area, go by BB's house. See if Allie's out there.
That's right. All right, guys. Fred asked how the dad is. Dad's still at rehab. He'll be there probably for another week. And then we've got decisions to make as a family, praying about what the next step is for care, because they'll need 24/7 care. So we've got decisions to make to what that'll look like. So appreciate your prayers, trying to discern through that.
Yeah. What about Owen Field Hype says no school, longer stream on Monday.
Oh, guys, we'll go. Guys, we'll go long on Monday. Sure.
Or tomorrow night too. I mean, either one. I'm fine with going a little longer one night, but especially if news breaks.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate that, and thanks, Fred, for asking every night. You're all good people. We appreciate the care, honestly, and the fact that you guys ask about that. So thanks so much. It means a lot. We're not just saying that because I don't just blow smoke out of my mouth. Maybe sometimes, but not on this stuff. Thanks a lot, guys and gals. Appreciate you. Till next time. Boomer.
Sooner.